Welcome back to the Metaverse channel, guys. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how you can make money and leverage from something that is working extremely well right now. So as a lot of you who are returning to this channel will know, on the Metaverse channel, what we share is exactly what we're doing in all of our portfolios, where we've got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of NFTs, worth of cryptocurrencies, and everything to do with Web 3.0 and in this Metaspace. So right now, you may be watching this video wondering, I've heard about cryptocurrency, I've heard about NFTs, I've heard about Metaverse, but I'm not quite sure where to start. Or maybe you've started and it's a bit like, oh my gosh, I'm a bit out of my depth. Or maybe you've invested in some stuff, but you want to learn how to invest in more. So what I'm going to do is super exciting in this video today. I'm going to be sharing with you one really cool, we're going to be breaking down on the computer, really cool thing that you can invest in right now. And actually, that can literally make you thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and even millions if you do this correctly. So make sure to stick to the end of the video to get the full information, because I don't want any of you guys watching this video 1 year later again thinking, oh my gosh, why did I just not listen and do this? By the way though, this is not financial advice. We are not financial advisors. So anything that you're hearing on this video is purely for educational, entertainment purposes, meaning that we recommend you do your own research. Why? Because that way you fully know what you're getting into. We are not financial advisors. We didn't go to financial advisor school or whatever it's called, okay? So make sure to do your own due diligence and your own research. So what I'm going to be speaking about today is all to do with the Metaverse. Now, what is the Metaverse? The Metaverse is a bit like just imagine a virtual space where you can pretty much do anything in this online world, where you can pretty much go to any place in the Metaverse, you can pretty much buy anything, you can pretty much do anything. And the reason why it's such a pivotal moment today when we're talking about the Metaverse and especially investing in it is because I don't know anyone here is familiar with Facebook and their more recent announcement to change their name. Now, this is crazy. Why is it crazy? It's crazy because when we take a huge company, literally as big as Facebook, and now they're literally saying, hey, you know what? We're shifting our name to Meta. This already shows the direction that things are going, because there's people in, let's say, the spaces of Facebook, of Amazon, all these big companies that have more, let's say, insider information. They know where the space is going, they know where things are going. So that's why what I'm going to be sharing with you is all to do with the Metaverse and how you can actually leverage from this change. So right now, we're just going to jump onto the computer and we're just going to share with you here. So right now, I'm on coinmarketcap.com. On here, you can see so many cryptocurrencies that you can potentially invest in, see how they're doing, see where they're going. So what we want to focus on today is the Metaverse coin. So for instance, we've got Decentraland. Maybe take notes of this, maybe put it in the comments as well to reaffirm the learnings for you and also for others so people can clearly see what coins we're talking about. So the first one is Decentraland. Now, Decentraland is a platform where you can literally play games, you can literally go out on there, you can literally be in that Metaverse, and it looks a bit like this. So as you can see, we're on Decentraland now, and it is literally a virtual space where you can literally go anywhere, do anything, be, in theory, anything. So you can play as a guest, you can play using your wallet, and when you're on here, you can literally walk around this world, do things. So actually this space is growing enormously right now. So Decentraland was one of the platforms that I want to speak about. Another one is also called Axie Infinity right here, AXS. This is another coin. This is a bit more than Decentraland right now, but it's still a coin in the Metaverse. Another one is Sandbox. So the few main ones right now, especially in this space, the top ones is Decentraland, Sandbox, Axie Infinity. Those are the top ones. Now, the only thing about this is if you're thinking about investing in these coins, right now these coins have actually shot up from literally a few months ago. They were hitting at around the $50, 50 cents mark, 60 cents mark. If we just go year to date on here, we can see. If we click on all time now, we can see. So you can see literally July, September, these coins were less than $1. Right now, the highest this coin has been, Sandbox, has been $8, and we're sitting at around $5 now. So yes, it has spiked up a lot, and some of you may be thinking, hold on, I just missed a 10x growth, 10x coin. Yes, you missed it, but also we know where this space is going, and the sheer fact that it's expanding, it's going to be getting bigger. The only thing though, and this is why I make sure to stick to the end of this video, because I don't want you guys thinking, oh my gosh, we've cracked the code, let's go invest in Sandbox, Decentraland, all of these coins, and then you miss the last bit, because if you miss this last bit, it might be a case whereby you will lose some of your investment, if not all of it. The reason why is because actually, yes, these spaces, Sandbox is another platform that we can be in this virtual world, be in the metaverse. Also, Axie Infinity is another type of gaming platform where you're in the virtual space. These are all in the metaverse, but they're their own kind of metaverses, right? If you go into Sandbox, you can't get to Decentraland. If you're in Decentraland, you can't get into Axie Infinity. So they're all, if you want to think about it, their own worlds. Now, for us right now, we know that the metaverse is something where the future is going, but what we don't know is necessarily which metaverses. For example, we don't know if the Sandbox is going to be around in a few years' time. We don't know if it's going to skyrocket and this price to buy Sandbox coins will actually go to $100, $1,000, $10,000. What we do know is the space is expanding, the space is where we're going, but what we don't know is which one should we necessarily invest in or invest a large amount in. Now, what's super cool about this is there is actually a token that you can invest in where you're not just specifically investing in the Sandbox or Decentraland or Axie Infinity or any of the others, but you're investing in almost like a whole collection of them. What does this mean? This means that if one goes up but one goes down, if the majority of these coins are going up, which we're expecting, obviously we're not guaranteeing that, but we're expecting based on the way that the metaverse is going, if the majority of them go up, even if one or two go down, because the majority are going up, your investment still goes up. So this is super cool. Now, first of all, I'd like to say, make sure to do your research, because it could be a case where you look at the Sandbox and you're like, you know what, I have faith in this project, I want to invest. I believe it's going to go to $100, $1,000, maybe even more. So do your research into some of these coins, but also what we can look at, if we go back to coin market cap and we just search up here, it's called Metaverse Index. Okay, so this one here, Metaverse Index. Now, a big difference that you would have noticed already as we jump onto this page is that the price for just one of these is not $5, it's not $8, it's not $3 like Decentraland and Sandbox. It's not even $98 like Axie Infinity, but it is $226 at the time of recording this. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh my gosh, $226, I don't know if I can invest so much into this. One cool thing about cryptocurrency is one is worth 226, but you can still buy 0.1 of this particular thing. You could buy 0.2, meaning that you could still invest $50, $100. You could invest $1,000. So you can invest as little or as much as you would like. But the super cool thing about this is if we actually go to this website here, which shows us what Metaverse Index actually is. So the Metaverse Index token is actually a collection of all, well, not all, but a large portion of tokens in this Metaspace. Now, as you can see Decentraland, Axie Infinity, Sandbox. Another big one is Illuvium, and all these down here. The cool thing about this is not only are we getting a collection of these tokens, but they've also, the Metaverse Index have also specified a few key things that they will only add to their collection if these tokens hit this. What does this mean? It means, for example, Decentraland would not be in this collection if it didn't meet some of these requirements, if it didn't meet these requirements. So some of the requirements is total market cap, right, which is the total amount in that particular token. To simplify it, is over 50 million. It also means that this token must be on Ethereum blockchain. We know Ethereum is a well-known blockchain. It's very stable. Also, it's one that's been around for the longest, so it's fairly trustworthy. Also, it must be something in one of these categories. So basically, Metaverse Index is specified. We're not going to take every single Metaverse token and put it in here. We're going to only take some of the top ones that are actually been around for some time. I believe another thing here is the protocol must have at least 3 months history in operation. So basically it must have been around for at least 3 months with price action for the last 3 months. So it's not a new thing. These are things that are some of the most stable ones, some of the most trustworthy ones, some of the most ones that have actually been around for some time. So this is the cool thing about Metaverse Index. And you can see that owning just one of these tokens will give you a particular portion in these shares. So right now, if you was to purchase Metaverse Index, you will get around 6.6 Sandbox tokens. You will get around 0.3 Axie Infinity tokens. You get around 8.8 Decentraland tokens. So the principle for this investing in Metaverse Index now is understanding and appreciating that Yes, we can invest individually in Illuvium, in Axie Infinity, in the Sandbox, or any of these that we're looking at here, or even any others that we see out there on CoinMarketCap or anywhere else. But once we've done our research, we'll be like, you know what, I reckon this coin might work, I reckon this coin might work. If you're thinking, you know what, I'm not too sure which coin exactly I want to invest in right now, one simple thing is you can just invest in this Metaverse Index, which is basically a principle saying this is the amount of tokens, amount of coins in this metaverse space. You can invest in this and grab a portion of each of these. So for example here, you might get 17 of these Terra Virtua Collect, if that's how you say it. You might get a portion of these Rev ones, 15 of these Rev ones. You might get 0.3 of these whales. So this is the super interesting and potentially lucrative thing that we can do, where even if we're not sure which one, we can invest in this space and be like, you know what, let's go, let's move, let's go with this time. So that is what I wanted to share in this video, guys. The main key takeaways here is understanding that if we want to make money in this metaverse space, which the world is shifting to, as you can see, the metaverse isn't even just about playing games. It's also where we're going to be having meetings, where we can actually set the virtual office that in our workplace, we can have meetings there, we can work there, we can see people, we can engage with our own avatars in there. Also, it's noting that if we want to make money from this space, we can invest in particular tokens, in particular metaverses, which metaverse we want to invest. Or if we're like, you know what, I trust this whole space, I believe that this space is going to be moving with the future, then let me just invest in this whole Metaverse Index and then leverage from all the growth in all of these coins. So other than that, I think there's just one more thing that I wanted to show you, which is if we go to the Metaverse Index again, just to take a look at their price chart. So if we go to all time, we can see that since this has been created, generally we're on an upward trend. Right now, we can see that the highest it's ever been is around the $350 mark. Lowest was back in around July time, when it was only around the $35, $38 mark, $30 mark. Now we're sitting at around the $222 mark. So it's for you to appreciate and understand, is this something that I want to invest in? Is this something that I want to take this next step in? If it is, then this is definitely a token that can potentially be very lucrative for you. Other than that, guys, I'd like to say, if you got any value from this video, maybe you learned something about the Metaspace, the Metaverse, how you can make money from this, make sure to hit the like button, it helps the channel a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification button next to it, so that way you do not miss any of our weekly videos that we are posting. Also, make sure to follow the Twitter, because on there we'll be posting regular updates with new insights on NFTs, cryptocurrency, the Metaverse, and how you can basically make 2022 and these upcoming years literally a game-changer year for you. So make sure to follow the Twitter, make sure to subscribe, and any questions, any things that you want us to discuss on this channel, make sure to leave a comment so that we know exactly what you would like us to talk about and we can share that in our upcoming videos. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Much love, see you then.